This is a good feeling. This is a good feeling. Let me adjust this so I can hear myself a little. Oh, perfect. This is a great feeling. I'm back. Guys, welcome. Welcome. For those of you who do not know me, I am Moonpie. I extend my warm welcome to you. I am ecstatic. Just in general right now, life is really good. Overall, life is great. And I cannot, like the last video, guys, can we talk about that? That's insane. I didn't think that would be the video to blow up of all things, but I am so happy, like honored to just be able to spend time with them. Like, they are the best kids ever. And it's like you would think that perhaps, you know, like there's an age gap, right? And that would make it harder for me to enjoy time with them. It would be like, perhaps like I'm babysitting them, but I genuinely feel like I just love spending time with them. You know what I mean? And they all have different like traits that, you know, strengths that they have. Like, I feel like Sutton is like the mature one in a way. He like surprises me with how mature he is sometimes. And Roman is the one who brings the passion and the energy, and is excited, and reminds me a bit of myself when I was younger. And Gunnar is the funny one, the sarcastic one. He brings a lot of the humor, but he's also a lot of fun too. They all are. So it's I'm really happy that for them too to be able to be a part of a video that gets, you know, a number of views, on YouTube. I mean, that's obviously awesome for, you know, a kid. So thank you guys for like all the support on that video and everything. Like, I've said it before, but I don't really care if I blow up. I don't really want to necessarily, because I always like appreciate when things are like more personal and like on a small scale. That's kind of what I like when I like artists, for example, in music. I feel like the second they blow up, it's like it no longer feels like it's something special to me. You know, I feel less unique in a way. And so I like to search for things that are, you know, underrated or less known, you know, and that's my personal preference. But some people, it's also, you know, kind of, you feel like you're a part of something maybe if, you know, everybody likes something, you know, you can really enjoy it together. It's a corny example, but like Fortnite at one point was like, everyone was brought together by Fortnite, you know? And, you know, I don't know if people feel that way anymore, but I still feel like a lot of people who played back in the day would really like say that was like one of their favorite, you know, experiences with the game. Like, I can say personally, and my friends sure can too. So, you know, I think back to like other things, like being a part of something like team sports. Like, if I could go back to like my childhood and like play on a basketball team again, wow, what I would do for that. It's just, and like there's adult leagues, right? I could go join an adult league, but I just don't think it's gonna hit the same, because like you just don't have that same, I don't know, not all adults are gonna take it as seriously as you would for kids, you know. Some people just do it for fun, they don't really care as much. But like, we played in this one league growing up, and all of the people in the era played in this league, and you would like all the kids at school, like it was like low-key like a popularity thing in some ways when you're younger. Like, you know, did you make the first division? There's like a D1 and a D2, so like the best kids make the D1, and then everyone else goes in D2. So, but when you get to the playoffs, some of my favorite memories ever are like clutching playoff wins with my team, and like just being so fired up together, like wanting this win, you know, the championship together. It's like invigorating, and so that's cool too. But like, I also enjoy coming together with people who like the same things as me, that are also like really small scale, like underground, like music, for example. Of course, like, I mean, content creators too. Like, if someone is more underground, it feels like it's more like, yeah, like personal to you, you know. But if it's like Mr. Beast, you know, like he has an absurd amount of like subscribers, so it's like, yeah, like everybody knows Mr. Beast, so it's more like common scale in a way. But anyways, I really wanted to get a video out for you guys. I feel like it's been longer than I would like, and that just sometimes happens. Sometimes things don't go to plan. But today we're just gonna be chatting and making some sounds. I brought some items. I don't always make sounds with items in my videos. Sometimes I just enjoy chatting with you guys. I feel like that's the type of content that I like to watch, and so I prefer to make what I like to watch. I don't really watch my videos back, but you know, I'm looking to find people, of course, who share similar interests to me. I feel like that's when we connect. So, but I also appreciate, appreciate some tapping. I've always enjoyed tapping in ASMR. That's one of my favorite triggers. It's just tapping on just different items. Like they could be like similar in shape, similar in size, but they could sound so different, you know? Like the top of this, what is this, Cascade Platinum? Like dish detergent, you know, versus like, you could tap on this box I got from school that has movies in it, which is something for devils, for dentures. You know, it just has a subtle difference in the tone and the intensity and the, you know, the pitch. Is it deep? Or is it more high-pitched? High-pitched. You know what I mean? Like, but how are you doing? How is your day going? How is your week going? Do you feel like you're moving towards where you want to be? Have you, you know, journaled recently? It's always a good reminder to, you know, when you think about ASMR, I think a lot of people think of like sleep. You know, people use it to sleep. And one thing you can always do to get better sleep is if you're an overthinker or just human, you know, you may struggle with like thoughts popping up when you're trying to sleep. Like last night, I'm working towards something right now, and I really wanted to keep working on it last night, but I was like, I need to go to bed, but like my mind didn't want me to go to bed yet. It wanted to keep working on it, but I'm like, I have to get up early for school, and so I can't, but like I really wanted to at the same time. And so writing down like what I wanted to do, what my plan was, and everything allowed me to externalize it, and my mind sort of calmed down. But if you do it like an hour before bed, just write down a list of things that like maybe you're working on, maybe that you're worried about. Maybe you've got some drama going on in your life, family drama, relationships, significant other, school drama. I don't know what stage of life you're in, work, coworkers, you never know. Sometimes you beef with your coworkers, your boss, whatever it is, financial. Writing all of that down, it seems simple, right? It seems like it's just too good to be true, but somehow, you know, in your mind, it really sort of frees up the space that it's been carrying, and your mind feels like now it can rest because it doesn't have to keep reminding you to get it done because it knows that it's there and you can look at it at another time. So I'd always recommend that. And even if right now you're perhaps overwhelmed, you know, maybe you're relaxed, maybe this video is helping, but even if you're overwhelmed right now, I would encourage you just to write down a few things. Write down you know, how you feel about your life in this moment, maybe how you felt about your life recently, you know, because I think things can change from day to day, can't they? You know, some days, one day you might be having the worst day of your life, and the next day might be the best day of your life, and, you know, really, we can't always evaluate life based off how one day goes, you know, one interaction, one thing, one day, you know, it's really like, how have things been going overall? Am I making progress? Often I feel like progress doesn't always feel like progress, you know, it's hard to, might I say, recognize or feel like, you know, sometimes working towards something is mundane. There's not the immediate, visible progress towards what you're working on. And I think that always tends to make me feel like am I really even doing anything, you know? One thing that helps to calm the mind sometimes is creating a pattern. So I was just doing it. You can create a pattern at a certain pace and then slowly decrease the pace of the pattern. And as your mind follows that pattern, it will slowly start to slow down too. You know, I used to love watching JoJo's ASMR, and that was something he did. And he would say, you know, your brain follows something called the frequency following response. And it's, you know, the thing that you do when you're bobbing your head to music. And it's funny, I can remember exactly how he said it. I used to listen to him so much. It's one way to help you fall asleep, is to create a pattern, and you do it fast at first. And then you slowly slow down the pattern, noticeably enough that your brain can follow it and slows down too, which was always fascinating and cool to me, and I enjoy that. So, a little story. So this is a McDonald's cup. Now, I don't eat at McDonald's, but my friends do. Now, the World Cup is happening right now, as most of you probably know, and the player on here, he plays for South Korea, Yoon-Min-sun. And that happens to be my brother's favorite player. He was on our favorite soccer team, Tottenham Hotspur, and recently transferred, which was sad. But when I saw that this cup was one of the cups in the McDonald's cup collection or whatever for the World Cup, I was like, I have to do whatever I can to get it, even if it means buying McDonald's. And the meals are like, I think they're like $10 or more. And so I was like, man, I don't want to gamble and buy a bunch of them just to get this cup. And I was gonna see if maybe I could go buy one. Just buy the cup. But when they come packaged, you literally cannot see through the packaging. And I'm sure they do that for a reason, but there's no way to know. And so I went with two of my friends. One of them told me that if he got the cup, he'd give it to me. And so he got a meal, and he told me I should get one too, just in case. And I was like, I'll just see what you get first. And we sit down, and he hands me the packaged cup, and he goes, here you go, you can open it. And I open it just a tiny bit, and all I can see is this right here. And I was like, we got it. And so I call my brother up, and I tell him, and on the phone he was like ecstatic. I was like, you know where I am right now? He's like, no. I turned my FaceTime camera around and I showed him McDonald's. He goes, did you get the course. Gotta come through for my brother. Of course. Of course. So, anyways. Alright. This is a glass cup of some sort. I think it came with this remote reverse osmosis diffuser thing that my roommate got. Our fridge is broken, and so we bought this thing, and I used to use a Brita, but I dropped it on the floor and broke it. So now we have this. The Brita still works though. It just like leaks through the side, so you have to like kind of angle it into the sink while you're pouring it in a cup. My roommate says it's funny how loyal I am to my Brita. I think it's a little funny too. Anyways, this here was a gift from Sutton. He wanted me to take it with me. We used it in the first ASMR video we made together a little over a year ago. And he got it from his room. It's a Lego base plate. I gifted him a lot of my old Legos, which was in some ways hard to part with because it's like those were a huge part of my childhood. I used Legos a lot, built them a lot. I had a lot of the Ninjago sets. I had my brother, I know he had a Harry Potter set. I had a couple of like the main sets that were big back in the early 2010s. I don't remember when I grew out of Legos. Not that I ever grew out of them technically, because I still enjoy them, but I don't have the money for them. So that is that. But best know that one day I will be buying and making Legos, and maybe we'll do a Lego building ASMR. Actually, Sutton wanted to do that for one of our videos, but until I go back home again, it will be some time before I record with them again. But the plan is to 100%, I'm thinking next summer I go home and I record a part 3 with them, or maybe in the fall/winter, so in a couple months. The next time I go home, I will get all of them together and we will make another video for you guys, because you guys seem to love the ASMR they did. I think they're great. I think they did really well, and it was really wholesome. Like watching it back, I feel like a father. Like I feel like these are my kids, and I'm like watching them. But it's amazing. Like I've been watching them grow up for I don't know how many years now. But I mean, I've known Sutton since he was born, so it's crazy. But the what's it called? The yard man wants to do yard work right now. For some people that might be relaxing, for some people it might not be relaxing. For me, actually, I don't know if I mind. Sometimes it's a nostalgic sound from thinking back to when I would do it, or my dad would always do it, sometimes in the evenings. But anyways, we're gonna start winding down, relaxing a bit. For the remainder of the video, it's gonna be more low-key, a little bit less talking, more just finding time to slow down and rest. And that's what I need after this. We're gonna go to the pool in maybe 2 hours. And before then, I've been just kind of going non-stop, busy doing stuff. We've been going to a theme park near us. We've gone twice now in 2 weeks, both Saturdays, past Saturday and the Saturday before. And it's a lot of fun, I'll tell you, but it is exhausting, like absolutely exhausting to walk for 5-6 hours. And so, I could really use some rest. And so I think I'm gonna lay down and like meditate, do some NSDR. NSDR is a cool thing. It's non-sleep deep rest. Was popularized to me by like Andrew Huberman. I used to love to and still enjoy, less often, love listening to his podcasts. And it's a way to restore your, he says your physical and mental vigor, but that's just a roundabout way of saying it just, makes you feel a little bit more rested. It's kind of like a nap, if you could say, like what you want from a nap, you get from this. And it's somewhat of a body scan mixed with that I've talked about before on the channel, the Physiological Sigh. It's like my favorite. Like it, you just breathe in fully, do a little small exhale at the top, and then breathe out through your mouth like this, like you're blowing out through a straw slowly, and it offloads CO2 from your lungs and pops open these sacs in your lungs. So in order for gas, like you breathe in oxygen right from the air, in order for the gas exchange to occur, that happens in the tips of your your lungs. You have the lobes, and then you have the branches, and they branch off into smaller branches, and at the tips you have these little sacs which the gas exchange occurs at, called alveoli, and these alveoli can tend to collapse. So let's say you're really stressed and you're taking shallow breaths, those things will start to collapse, and in order to reinflate them, it takes a more aggressive form of breathing, which is what the Physiological Sigh does. So if you haven't done this with me before, we can do a couple, or if you have, we can also do a couple. My fault. I'm gonna do like 2 or 3 breaths, and then yeah, we can start to wind you down. Maybe you're gonna sleep, maybe you're gonna take a nap, maybe you're going to just lower the heart rate and calm down before you have whatever you have going on for the rest of your day. I don't really know what it is, but sometimes if we can just get a few minutes of just calm and peace, it can give us the mental reset that we need to take care of the work and whatever else it is we might have to do for the rest of the day, to do the things we don't always want to do. Sometimes getting a few minutes of rest, just like how when I wake up these mornings, I'm sure this is relatable, my alarm goes off and I just want those few extra minutes of sleep. Oh my goodness, what I would do to just stay in that state for a long time. Like I don't know, we get up early for school all the time, and even though like I'm going to bed early, I feel like I never want to get up at the time that I have to wake up. Speaking of, holy cow, I'm starting to get tired. But yeah. Alright, we're gonna do 2 breaths, and then we're gonna just do maybe some relaxing phrases and words and start to calm down and wind down for whatever it is. I don't know what it is. But yeah, so breathe in through your nose. You're gonna breathe in until you've mostly inflated your lungs. So, to the point where you feel like you could probably just exhale. And then when you reach that point, I want you to take a sharp inhale, like that. And then you breathe out through your mouth, like that. And then you're done. That's good. And then you will feel the calm, the more peace, the zen, the whatever. You'll feel amazing. So, alright, breath number 1 through the nose. Well, I gotta breathe out first, sorry. And then out through the mouth. Oh, I'm gonna move away from the mic. And then number 2. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm a little stuffed up, so I'll do one more, but I'll breathe through my mouth. Okay, cool. A little bit more relaxed and ready to wind you down for whatever it is, some sleep, some rest, just relaxation. Yeah, I don't know what you're doing. I like to play games and listen to ASMR at the same time. That's one of my favorite things to do. I listen to some of the creators, some of the underground creators that I like. I'll listen to them while I play Minecraft. I always enjoy doing that for some reason. I feel like it's a great combo, just listening to Minecraft and ASMR at the same time, or playing Minecraft and ASMR at the same time. Would recommend. But anyways, yeah, whatever it is that is on your mind right now. I know I have a few things on my mind right now, even as I'm making this video, but I wanted to get the video out. Like, anyways, despite those things, like often, like I feel like what's hard to do is overcome the, like I want things to be perfect. Not perfect necessarily, but I often wait for myself to be in the right headspace to create something. And that perfect idealized headspace often doesn't present itself, and if it does, it's not always that often, and I may choose to do something else at the time. I may have friends that want to hang out and stuff, and so I missed the opportunity. And it's just a reminder that if there's anything in your life that you feel like you're putting off starting, you only have one life, and so sometimes we can, put things off in hopes that it will happen, and one day we'll, get the motivation to do it. But often the motivation comes from doing it despite the fact that we're not ready to do it. And allowing yourself to see where that takes you can open up doors you didn't know existed. So, just wanted to say that, because that's kind of where I'm at right now. That's probably what would help me to, extend myself to the things that I've been putting off extending myself into. Take a leap. But yeah, whatever those things are, they can wait for now, just give yourself some time, give yourself full permission, really give yourself permission to let go, no, trying to fix things, no trying to, analyze, think, solve problems, control your own, mind or behavior. Just let go. You don't have to change anything about this moment. You don't have to wish for a new moment. You only have this moment right now. And so just be in this, feel your body relax. Maybe do a body scan with me. Even as I'm making this video, I can, scan the bottoms of my feet and feel how they feel in my shoes or on the floor. Feel how my butt feels in the chair, my back in the chair, my arms resting on the armrest in the chair I'm sitting in. My hands are laying on my knees, and I can feel, my mouth moving. I can, hear the sounds around me, and the more that you, pay attention to these things, it sort of grounds you, it sort of resets your mind, and it can get you out of the loop of overthinking or thinking in general. Sometimes we just want to break from all the noise. Maybe you're not an overthinker, maybe there's just constant clutter in your mind or noise that you kind of want to break from. And so sort of dilate your gaze, use your peripheral vision. That sort of tells your mind it's okay to calm down and be, in a peaceful state, rather than, fixating on a specific object, which tells your mind to be more active. And, relax your gaze, relax your jaw and your eyes, and I'm doing this as I'm speaking. And just sink into whatever surface you're in. Feel your body just sort of relax into it. And let go of the tension that's in your body. Maybe you've worked out recently, maybe you've just had a long day, and you're just ready to fully, relax. Let go of your tight muscles. Just continue to scan the body. And take some deep breaths. Maybe tighten your fists and tighten your legs, your calves, your hamstrings, your thighs, your glutes, your abs, your pecs, your arms, your biceps, your triceps. Tighten muscle groups one at a time. Go from maybe your feet to all the way up to your face muscles, and tighten them. And it really helps because it can reset the tension in your muscles. Sometimes they don't know where relaxation is because they're tight, and so if you tighten them completely, now they know to relax. And it helps, because a lot of the times the tension that we feel in the mind can be held in the body. And so by, releasing that tension in the body, stretching or, doing some progressive muscle relaxation, tightening the body parts, and then, letting go of the muscles, can really help us to just let go of that tension and have a calmer headspace, which is what we all desire, right? The peace, the happiness, whatever it is. And before I leave you, I just want you to think of a few things that you're grateful for. I want you to think of one person that you're grateful for right now. This could be a person who's in your life right now. This could be a person who's no longer in your life. This could be a person who, played a role in your life in the past. Maybe you don't speak to them anymore, but you're grateful for what they did for you. Think of one person who you can think of that fits in that sort of, category. I want you to think of one object that you're thankful for. It could be the bed that you sleep in every night. It could be something you just got off Amazon. It could be a relic that you keep that reminds you of someone or something. It could be a photo. It could be, I don't know, something in your house, something outside of your house. Maybe it's your car. Maybe you're grateful to have a car. Whatever it is, think of one thing that it holds some value to you and that you're grateful for right now. If you have any pets, maybe a bonus one, think of a pet that you're really grateful for, and think of one of your favorite things about them. For me, it's when my dog, she's excited to go on a walk, and she'll jump up and down and, kind of yip and bark in a really cute and sweet way, and she'll kind of do some little, I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, she'll kind of get all excited in her body language, and it just seeing her just sniff all the plants, and she gets so excited for it. And then the last thing is think of a memory that you're really grateful for. Maybe somewhere you went with a group of people, a trip you went on. Maybe it's a childhood memory that you hold dear. Maybe it's spending time with someone you love. It could be the same as the person that you thought of before, maybe something to do with them. But yeah, those are things. Just wanted you to think of things to be grateful for. And yeah, I'm going to leave you with that. I'm going to let you rest. I'm going to let you rest and relax and rest and relax. If this video was helpful, then you're welcome to replay it. Or, I have other videos that are helpful for calming down and winding down. Some that, a few throughout there. I have a lot of different types of videos that I enjoy making, but some are specifically just for winding down or comfort or sleep or whatever that may be. So if you want to check some of those out, you can. But I am always grateful for the support. I'm really happy that we got to encourage the boys with how well the last video did. It was encouraging to me too to see that, putting a lot of hard work into something like a channel. It always is nice. It's not necessary, but it's always nice to see, somewhat of the fruits of your labor. But, the thing I always remind myself, it doesn't really matter. Like, it's cool that the video performed well, right? But it doesn't necessarily imply the impact of the video or the value the content has in itself. We can't define ourselves based off numbers and how well, something does. How many likes our Instagram post gets, how many likes our, YouTube video gets, or whatever you make. If you make content or you post anything on the internet, it's easy to fall into the trap that, you feel like that defines something, and you may not even be consciously thinking it. It's just a way that, your mind works, or the way that other people make you feel. But for me, I'm happy, but ultimately some of my favorite videos are the ones that can give someone something they need when they truly need it. You know what I mean? Numbers don't define the impact that you have, so just remember that in, everything in life. So I wish you the best with your life and your endeavors and everything that you're going through and going into, and you're gonna make it through. You're gonna get there, and if you're in a great place in life right now, I'm really happy for you, and cherish it and enjoy it, and learn from whatever you're in. Often the hard times teach us the most.